Hello. Hello. If you've never seen me before, Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com. I make coins into rings. And today, excuse me, we're going to be working on this 2012 silver proof half dollar. This is probably the most expensive half dollar I've worked on. This coin is worth about $60. It was a little tricky to get a hold of, but we've got it now, and we're going to go ahead and make a size 6 ring out of this. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we got to do is punch a hole in it. If anybody has any questions while I work on this, feel free to ask. Good afternoon. How's it going? There we go. Let's go ahead and take a real good look at this coin before we get started. It's really, really nice. Beautiful coin. There we go. I'm just going to tighten this down. That's going to auto center our coin right in the middle of it. We'll get our 1/2 inch punch and hammer it on through. Let's go. Perfect. Look at that center punch. Y'all don't be shy. You can tap the screen if you're enjoying the live. Currently, we've got about 100 likes on this live. So if you've got some free fingers, feel free to tap away. There is our coin so far. Now, if you look on the inside here, you can see the edge there is a little sharp, a little rough. So we're going to take a deburring tool and clean that up real quick. While you watch, if you guys want to check out some of my finished work or take a look at my shop, I have a link for that down here. If that disappears, you can go to the link in my profile. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. Try and get this nice and centered here. There we go. I'm going to make sure we get that really nice and smooth on the inside there. That looks pretty good. Going to hit it with a little bit of steel wool just to smooth it out a little more. This is 4-0 steel wool, so it's super fine. And we're just going to rub that on the inside there for a second. For anybody who's just joined in, I'm Coin Ring Maker from coinringmaker.com. If you guys want to check that out, you can take a screenshot. There's my website. Save it for later. If you want to check out the shop right now, I can go ahead and pin it at the bottom of the screen. Work on a bunch of different types of coins. So if you're thinking about getting a coin ring and you have any questions about it, let me know. Hello, hello. Now that's looking really nice and smooth. So the next step is to anneal our coin. That's a process where we're going to heat it up with some fire. It's going to help soften up the metal and make it easier to fold and shape into a ring. There's the torch. $60 for a ring is crazy. I really don't think so. I mean, if it's custom made just for you, I don't know, go visit a K's, see what they charge you for a ring. And those are mass produced. These are handmade one at a time for each individual customer out of a real coin. It's just kind of a specialty thing, I think. Why don't I use a lathe? I just prefer to work with hand tools. Lathes take up a lot of space, and they aren't exactly cheap. There's our coins so far. Now we're going to hop over here to our 1-ton press and start folding. So for the guy who said 60 bucks is crazy for a ring, I do have cheaper rings. There's a new section on my website that's stuff for under $30. So if you're looking to get a coin ring and you don't want to spend more than that, you totally can. Shop link's down here if you want to check it out. Well, let's give this a good first fold. Yeah, my rings range in price from $25 up to about $300. It really depends on the coin. Thanks. Here's my little drilling block. Very useful tool. Trying to track down my folding cone real quick. Give me a second. There it is. Coin collectors are pulling their hair out, destroying the coin. It's possible. But also, coin collectors are kind of my biggest customers, so... just takes them a little bit of time to appreciate the art, I suppose. That looks really nice. This one is going to be a size 6. Right now it's just a hair above size 8. We'll go ahead and anneal it again and then start reducing it. Again, if anybody has any questions, let me know. Throw them in the chat. That's just plain old water to cool it off. Y'all tap the screen now. Tap it a couple times. I want to see some hearts flying up over here. Come on, stoke my ego. Let's go. And if you really want to make me smile, hit that follow button and check out the shop down here. You'll stay on TikTok, but you can still see some of the stuff I make and what the prices are. So go take a look. So now we're going to wrap this in some blue monster tape. This is just really tough PTFE tape, or plumbing tape. It's going to help protect the outside of the coin as we throw it down some reduction dies, make it a little smaller. Wrapped around my finger pretty good. Haha. There we go. Now usually this first wrapping falls off pretty quick, so we'll give it a good push and then probably have to rewrap it. Hop over here to the 1-ton arbor press and find a reduction die that this will fit in. It's just a little too big for that one. You can see it kind of sticking out the top of it. I'm going to have to find a bigger one than that. That one's too big. I guess we'll do a little bit. Oh, yeah, we'll use this one. There we go. That fits in there real nice. Push her on top. Make sure everything's nice and level and lined up and in the shot. And we should be able to get it to fit in that other one now. Much better. Look how cute and small it is now. It's itty bitty. How does a reduction die work differently from a regular one? I don't know, that's just what they're called. These are Swedish wraps, but yeah. It just makes it smaller. Nice and tiny. Let's throw a little more tape on it. And now instead of sending it down this way, we're going to flip it over and reduce it the other way. Flip it back over one more time just to give it a nice shape. Didn't quite go down as far as I'd like it to. Had to find a little smaller pusher. That looks good. Let's go take a look at it. Looking pretty cute. Let's see. Just about a size 6. So next we're going to go in here, and you see this inside the ring, there's a bit of raised metal right above the text all the way around. Next step is to cut that away so the inside of the ring is the same all the way through. It's going to make it more comfortable, and it's going to make the sizing a bit more accurate. So let's do it. Put that in there. Get our deburring tool, and we're just going to cut that away. It's a bit of an awkward size. The ring keeps wanting to move in on my holder here. Let's see if we can get it to stay steady. We just put part of it in there. Give it a little spin. So when I first started using these, it was pretty often that I would scratch up the inside of the ring. It took a lot of practice to get better at it, but basically what I do is instead of putting the blade right here, I move the blade up as far as I can, and that gives, you know, a space between the blade and the inside of the ring, and that reduces the chance of scratching. Right on. Yeah, it's a skill issue for sure. And I also switch back and forth between two different size blades. You can see this one's pretty big and this one's a little smaller. They just have a slight different angle on them. So I'm able to slowly cut away that bit of metal with a little more focus, switching between the two. Wouldn't it be easier to use a Dremel? I make all my rings with like hand power tools. I really don't like using power tools. The chance of messing up detail inside the ring increases like exponentially if I use a Dremel. All it takes is one little skip or misstep, and then that's a lot of rotations real fast. So I prefer just to work with my hands and take my time and have a nicer finished product. As far as melting down the scrap silver, I don't have the tools to do that yet. Probably going to be on the bucket list for 2024. But I do save the scrap metal. So once I get the tools for it, I'll definitely be doing that. So yeah, we got all the way down to the lettering. That looks really good. Doing good, doing good. Clean up that fresh edge with a little bit of super fine 4-0 steel wool. Smooth it out a little bit, and then we'll check our size and see what we need to do next. It's probably a little too big. That's my guess. Shop links down here if anybody wants to check it out. You can use the coupon code WELCOME to save 10%. And I work on a lot of different types of coin rings. It's not just half dollars. I work on quarters, Morgan dollars, piece dollars, different designs, silver rounds, lots of cool stuff. So make sure to check out the shop if you're interested in getting yourself some coin jewelry. There is our ring so far. See? No scratches. Look at that nice clean detail on the inside there. Takes a steady hand. See, I've definitely scratched up a few in the past. Let's see, so we're about 6.5. So we're gonna need to reduce this a little bit more. Make it a little smaller. What size die do I use for a $50? So for the first fold, I really like this one. It's from Coin Ring USA. It's a 17-degree die, and it's got a quarter side and a $50 side. And this works really, really well. I like this one a lot. But if you're looking for like a specific size die that would work, you might want to go with a 1.1 inch, 1.2 inch 17-degree. $50 will fit pretty nicely in that 0.2 side for that first fold. And then to make them smaller, I use Swedish wraps, which are like these. They're 7-degree dies. And this one's a size 6. I don't usually make them this small. I think it's going to come out pretty cute. Make sure we got everything nice and lined up. We just got to do about a half size. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, no problem. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. If we have a specific coin we want to use, can we send it to you to make it? Yes. The easiest way to do custom orders is to email me and just work through it that way. My email is info@coinringmaker.com. So just shoot me an email there and we can get started on a custom order for you. Wow, that's really close to a size 6. I'll just barely stretch this one. Super gradual. Alright, it's a little bigger than a size 6, but the shape on it's also a little goofy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this out and then reduce it to fix the shape. So I'll probably take it to maybe about a size 7, 7.5. And then reduce it back down. Cutting right through my paper towel today. Can you see that? It's about 7 1/4. I'll stretch it just a little bit more. There we go, well past the 7.5. And when it comes off the ring stretcher, it usually has a bit of a cone shape to it. It's going to be wider on one side than the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wood composite cone and push it down on this side to kind of flare that out. And then we'll reduce it down for size and shape. What I look for is for that flaring to be just a little past the bottom, so a little wider than the bottom. That looks pretty good. So you can see it's a bit flared out now, and then when we reduce it, it's going to give it a more of a straight wall look. We'll throw some more tape on it and reduce it down. Do you ever had any bad split outs? Oh yeah. See, I have a whole drawer full of mistakes, and then another drawer full of mistakes, and right next to that, guess what? There's another drawer full of mistakes. So I've been doing this for a while, but yeah, it definitely happens where you get a ring that just doesn't want to ring. Yeah. So the best way to prevent that is to just really take your time. Patience is key. Thanks, Arrow Snapper. Dropping a rose. Appreciate it. It flipped out of there real nice, didn't it? Doing good. How do I get the initial cut out of the middle? So I used to use these things, which are on my website. They're also on my Etsy. You just pop a coin in there and put this into like a Harbor Freight punch and die kit, and that'll center your coin. I think these are like 30 bucks or something. Now I use this. This is a Jason's Works auto centering punch. The top of it is cone shaped, so as you tighten it down, it moves the coin right to the middle. This is a pretty hefty investment for most people. So unless you're really making a lot of coin rings, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But it is an excellent tool. Let's see how she's looking. Much better profile on it now. It's still a little too big on one side. We're going to reduce it a little more. It's been a quick minute since I've made a $50 size 6. But I think this is going to come out really nice. Spot on. Very nice. This side is a little wider than I want it to be. Just a little bit. That should be good. All right. Y'all check out this shop, see if there's any coin rings on there you'd be interested in. I have a variety of coins, a variety of years, all 50 state quarters. If you got an anniversary coming up or you're looking for a Christmas present, definitely a good place to go for an individualized gift. Doesn't that look nice? All right, now I get to do my favorite part, which is where we make it nice and shiny. First thing we're going to start with is this. This is called Mother's Mag and Aluminum Polish. It's a very, very good polish for coin rings. I like to use microfiber cloth. Do a little dunk of it. And just rub that polish all over, inside and out. It looks like most of it went inside. Get a little bit more. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, let me know. If you're enjoying the live and you want to see more coin ring making content here on TikTok, hit the follow button. If you want to check out my shop, it's coinringmaker.com. It's pretty easy to remember. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Starting to get a really nice shine to it. Dunk it in some water, help break down whatever polish is left on there. Dry it off, and I'll give you guys a good look at it. What a cute little ring. See, I don't even think this will fit on my pinky very well. Yep. It's itty bitty. And do a follow-up polish with some of these, because my rings can never be too shiny. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Hello, hello. Now you caught me at the tail end of this one. Wow, look at that. Alright guys, I'm going to hop off of here, take a little break, and be back to make some 90% silver quarters into coin rings in about 5 minutes. So hit that follow button so you can see. Catch you next time. Peace.